let's keep the conversation about scaffolding going. Let's talk about some of the barriers to scaffolding. Behind me is a scaffold. But what happens if we put up too much scaffolding? Well, then you can't reach the job you're after. Or what happens if we leave the scaffolding up? Then we become dependent upon the scaffold and we don't use the building entrances and exits the way we ought to. And in fact, if we leave the scaffolding up, it actually may block emergency exits if something goes wrong. So that's over scaffolding. If we over scaffold, we often create teacher-student dependency, which has an effect size of negative 0.26. That's a barrier. What if we scaffold too much? Another problem might be, what if we don't scaffold enough? If I'm supposed to paint the side of that building or wash the windows, but yet I can't reach, then oftentimes I'll either find another way to do it that's not productive, like just stand there and spray the window down or throw paint at it, or I'll just give up and go away. Now, that's the frustration element, negative 0.04. So some of the barriers to scaffolding are quite simply over scaffolding and under scaffolding. So how do we get around that? I'd love to hear from you. We would love to know your thoughts on this. How do you make sure that the scaffolds you put in place aren't over scaffolding or under scaffolding? In both cases, we don't get the maximized learning and we don't tap into the potential of our learners in the classroom. So how do we make sure that it's the right amount of scaffolding at the right time, the right content with our learners? Have at it. See what you can come up with.